Okay, here we are. I am not very smart, but this is day one on our last trip up into the wilderness. I already have my camp set up and everything, and I decided I wanted to go look for a moose or a bear today. So I found a trail that's actually part of a hiking trail. There are hiking trails that go through the BWCA, Sioux Hustler, Scandinavianz Ski Trail, Powwow, Border Route, Kenny, all of those. And this is just another one. So I figured I was going to walk on it for a while. I don't think there's another lake over here, but stupid me. In my exuberance to go, I did not put on my boots. I have tennis shoes on, and I literally am walking through a swamp. Nor did I bring my hiking sticks, which is really not a big deal, but the water is. So here we are, just kind of walking along. Seen some deer tracks, but it's fall. It's the last weekend of September. There is a potential of a government, oh, my feet are soaked. There's a potential of a government shutdown coming on Sunday. Today is Thursday. I just talked to a ranger, actually, from the U.S. Forest Service, who said, just letting you know, we're closing things down if there's a shutdown. He said, I don't know if that's what's really happening. He said, we haven't been given a lot of directions, so we're just letting people know, you know, that that could be the case, so know that. Well, unless you have a radio or whatever, you probably won't know that, but I'm sure they'll be out. Well, they can't be out finding you because they literally are not working. But whatever. Be forewarned, I guess. That's where we are. So I've walked, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile. And I will check back in. I think there's a lake up here. We'll see if we can find it. All right, the reason I'm here is to show you one of the things that I found. If you turn around, can we see it? Right behind me. I think you can see this. This is a big rock. And anybody that's traveled with me, there we are. Anybody who's traveled with me here in the wilderness knows I love big rocks. I'm actually on top of a huge, like, erratic right now, and there's rocks spread just like this one all the way down the line. I think there is a lake down here. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I love rocks on the trip, so thought I would catch that for myself. So I found my lake. This is called Nye Lake. It's not very big. Maybe that's why it's Nye. I've been in Nye. Nye's not very big. Nor is Nye Lake. But here it is. You can't really see the colors because it's all pine trees on the shelf. I believe this is a pretty deep lake, to be honest with you. So the peaceful piece about this whole thing is I literally am probably the only one for several miles from here. But I'm going to look at my map because there's a couple others along here that I can bushwhack my way to. Or not bushwhack, but follow the map. Peaceful. So, funny thing, as I'm hiking, I came across a U.S. Forest Service campsite way back in the bush. And you can tell it is because it's got a picnic table, and I came by a latrine dug into the ground. So, don't know what that means, but there it is. It's a beautiful site. So it looks like there's a tent pad over here, so you can park the tent. Looks like people have used it. You obviously would have to hike back into this, and it is just a bit of a jaunt. But well, some idiot left garbage in there. That's nice. You see, they left garbage. But you could pitch that tent and then literally sit right out here on a rock. And this is beautiful. Wow. The things you find when you go off the beaten path. Okay, another rock. I don't know if you can see this, but that right there is a rock. It goes way up there. I'll get right next to it. Ooh! Without breaking my leg, because I didn't bring my satellite thing either. This is a huge rock. I don't know if you can see, but holy moly. I love rocks. Also, if I turn this around, there are some gigantic white pines here. If I go like this, actually, I don't know if you can see, but that is a huge white pine. Love it. So this part of the trail that I'm walking on actually has a cairn marked on it because it's a little open in here, and the trails aren't marked, so you're just kind of going off a map. But as long as you see that cairn, I know I need to go to the left of the cairn. Always go to the left on those. So now we're going to turn around and keep going. I've hit the top of a rock. You can see a long way from here. It's beautiful. You can see it's a long way down. There's just a big old clearing in a rock. Well, I haven't found a moose yet, but I have found where a moose has been. Not a big one, but there's moose scat right there. Looks like they use a little game trail. It goes right down that way towards something that they like. So on this trip, we have tarped because we knew it was going to rain. I tarped the whole tent under the tarp, and actually the fire grate I'm standing in. So the fire grate is also right here in the tarp. So that's what we got going on for a campsite. Well, good morning. First day. You can see my lake behind me. Blew heavy last night. From what I understand, we're going to get heavy rain and thunderstorms today. It is like 8 o'clock in the morning now. So from the weather radio that I was listening to, it sounds like the rain is supposed to start about 11 o'clock, thunderstorms at noon, and then it's supposed to rain till probably 7 o'clock tonight. So I got a couple of hours. I am gonna have breakfast and stuff, but it's really windy and it's kind of a not real pleasant day. But you know what? I have not, I think in all of my trips this year, in my hiking trips, just spent a day sitting around a campfire, watching movies, reading a book. So it may be that kind of day today, and that's okay too, because this is what I get to look at. So I'm out for a paddle this morning, and if you look, it's nice sunny this way, but if you look behind me, those be storm clouds moving in. So I wanted to make sure I got out and was able to paddle a little bit beforehand. So here I am. I'm going to flip the camera around. And let you see this coming in here. I probably should get back, but look at how pretty it is. That's an island right over there. I'm paddling around an island into the pretties. The storm's moving in pretty quick. Yeah, probably a good idea if I head back to my camp. So not a lot of pictures today because it's going to rain real soon. It's pretty wavy out here too. I'd say the winds are probably sustained at about 25 miles an hour. I'm on the back side of an island, so it doesn't look as bad, but if you get out to the big water, it's going to be a chore getting back. So wish me luck. And just as I promised, if you hear, you can hear the rain. It just started a little later than I thought, 11 o'clock. Actually, that's what time I thought it was going to start. Ran into another guy today out paddling who was buckling down his hatches as well. Had a nice chat with him. Got an idea, Grandpa, of where we can go next year. Parent Lake is a place he recommended. I have cut enough wood, I think. And if it rains now till 7, 8 o'clock tonight, I think I've got 12 hours worth of firewood. We'll find out. So here we are at the Slim Lake entry point, heading out into the Boundary Waters. It's really pretty. I've been here before. Kind of a nice place. This is the last place Bob Christensen and I ever went, and the last place he was able to paddle before he passed away. He's got lots of stories. His family used to come up here and camp, like on this rock and around the corner, and they'd put a camp right up here. He tried to walk and show me into the woods. It's all grown up now because there used to be a road that came out through here, and they'd go out. He had all kinds of stories. So just about, yeah, 3 years ago, I guess almost to the day, that we last paddled out here. So gonna take just a trip and see what we can find and do some wilderness camping and have some fun. I'm hoping you can see just how pretty it is out here. I'm using my double-bladed paddle. It's just easier, but there's like no wind today. It's really nice. Colors are changing. Lots of pine. Most of the Boundary Waters, but you can see an occasional maple tree in here, occasional ash tree. I don't know if you can see over that far, but you certainly can take a look at the Canadian Shield. Minnesota Grouse Opener opens this weekend. There are partridge everywhere. a portage. I believe this is a portage into Rice Lake, maybe? I haven't looked at my map for a while. Oh my, there's a huge cliff, but we're gonna take it, see where it leads us. Not the best landing in the world, but I got my boots on today. Really clear water here. Lots of beavers business. All right, let's see if we can maneuver our way in here. Hurt. All right, let's see if we can get out of here without falling. All right, we've made the portage, so you can portage along with me on this one. This is a little more typical Boundary Waters portage. So you can see the trail. This one's only 75 rods, but you also see what you have to cross here with a canoe on your head. Not sure if you can see it or not. This is how old people break hips. Slippery rocks. Just like that. Slippery rocks. But if you're prepared for it, normally you're okay. I can't believe I just recorded myself falling. Laura is never going to let me go on again. This is why most people don't like to go, because of these things. But a minor inconvenience to get to where you want to go. Some jackwad throwing Coke. I'll pick that up on the way back. A bottle of Coke. I will pick that up on the way back. People dropping garbage are idiots. Plus, the cool thing about portages is you get to see the woods. When I solo, I do my darndest to single portage, which is exactly what we're doing here. When we solo camp, don't bring as much stuff, because everything that goes one way, except for food and poop, go back out. A little creek running here. Yeah, these rocks are pretty slippery, just FYI. And up ahead, I see my next lake. It's not terrible through here. By the way, that falling part, don't try that at home. I'm a trained faller. Because Heidi is my daughter. She got it from somebody. All right, new lake. Never been here. Brand spanky newy. I got some water with me here to drink too. This is how old people keep from getting old. Like these. Here's our new lake. I need to look at the map and see exactly where I am. I think there's a campsite on this lake. And it looks like nobody else. There's one campsite on this lake. So, also not terribly far from hiking trails. From the winter, they do cross-country skiing. All right, let's do our best not to walk low on this Canadian Shield, not to spill my GoPro, huh? Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Oh. All right. And we're in. Figured I might just as well record myself again because I'm hitting another portage. And yeah, never know what kind of comedy will befall me. I think I'm going into a place called Hook Lake, but I'm not gonna record myself portaging this one because it's a long portage. And then I'm gonna try to get to Kenny Lake yet today. So this looks like the portage. And we got like 140 rods or something like that, I don't know. See how big this white pine is ahead of me. But holy smokes, that's a big tree. That one's been here for a while. Right there. Whew. Let's see. So I believe I see a loon here, which seems to me a little odd because it's October and I have not seen or heard a loon the entire 4 day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days I've been up here. But stranger things have happened, so I'm going to go over and see if I can see if it sure looks like a loon. Oh, maybe it's a goose. Nope. It's not a goose. It's sitting too low in the water. Oh yeah, it's a loon. Because there's the other one ahead of me now. Hey, Mr. Loon. You're a young one. You don't even have all your color on you yet. You, kiddo, have got to fly south. You're gonna get froze in here pretty soon. Bunch of ducks ahead of me. Last lake I was on, I didn't even record it, but there were 3 canoes out fishing on it. I just got through that as quick as I could. I could see 3 mud ducks together on a lake just by looking out by driving through town. I don't need to be clear up here to see that. So hopefully ahead of us you can see this. I don't know. That is a gigantic piece of the Canadian Shield right there. Huge. I love rocks. Oh, looking for a moose, but I ain't finding nothing. We've kind of hit the end of the lake here. Sure looks like it could be moosey. Oh, submerged log. Well, no moosey out here. We're gonna head off that way. That way. This is the way we're going now. Beautiful day. Last paddle of the year. Gonna miss it. There are wolves howling out here. They're not real close, but I've heard them on both sides of the lake, back and forth. Coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. Man, they're a long ways away. Oh yeah, there he is. goes again. They're howling nonstop right now. So straight ahead there is the campsite that Bob and I stayed at when we were here. That would have been his last trip. And if you ever want to hear a great story, just ask me about the who puts toilet paper in their food bag story with Bob. There's somebody camping there, so I don't want to go bother them. Just sitting doing my devotions on a rock. So straight ahead there is the campsite that Bob and I stayed at when we were here. That would have been his last trip. And if you ever want to hear a great story, just ask me about the who puts toilet paper in their food bag story with Bob. There's somebody camping there, so I don't want to go bother them.